last weekend I had the honor and the privilege of attending to present a Wiccan ritual and class at the All Faith Chapel at Lackland Air Force Base for almost 400 young men and women in basic training for the United States Air Force. What a privilege that was. And afterwards I was approached by a lot of people who were interested in asking me questions and finding out more about what I was into. And one of them was a very earnest, sincere young man who came up to me, took my hand, introduced himself, and said that he had a concern. The concern was that he couldn't find enough time within his busy schedule to honor the gods. And further to that, he had a problem finding all of the ritual paraphernalia he felt it was necessary for him to properly do rituals to honor the gods, because in basic training you're only allowed a certain minimal number of things. So I told him, the funny thing is, my experience of people out there in the Western world is that an awful lot of them go on an approved day of worship once a week, once a month, to an approved place of worship, and there go through a tired ritual, repetitive, where they do lip service and say that they honor the gods. They go through this process. They apologize for all the times they screwed up following the previous week or month. And then they throw some money at the clergy, go out to the parking lot, get in their car, their SUV or whatever, and drive back out into the world and proceed to start screwing up all over again. And I'd like to think that the reason they're going out there and doing that is because they're trying to give themselves a reason to go back next week and do it all again. You and I know that's probably not why they do that. And I told him, if you're really, really serious about what you're saying, then what you need to do is something different. You don't want to find time in your busy schedule to worship the gods. I have never worshipped the gods in over 4 decades. Never once have I worshipped the old gods. I entrain. I connect. I immerse myself. I am fully cognizant of the fact that they are a part of me and I am a part of them. It's a symbiotic relationship. So you don't want to find time in your schedule to worship the gods. What you want to do is devote 24/7, 365 days a year to living a spiritual path. You want to stand up and live the principles that you stand for. You want to live the Wiccan Rede. You want to take responsibility, take charge of your life, and harm none. Why go out there once a week, once a month, and apologize for screwing up when you could not screw up in the first place? Take charge of your life and make things right and keep it that way. And furthermore, do the second half of the Rede. Do what thou wilt. Be all you can be. Realize your full potential and be everything that you can be. The gods aren't going to take any issue with anyone that does that. Yes, it is wonderful to get together with loved ones, with friends, and do religious rituals and enjoy yourselves and dress up and do whatever you're going to do. That's great. But he knew, and I knew, that in our professions, in my profession as a law enforcement officer, as a first responder, in the military, duty often comes first. Lord Nelson once said, "Duty is a great business of a sea officer. All private considerations must give way, however painful." And so it is with a lot of us, no matter what our profession is. But if you do this 24/7, 365 days of the year, live your principles, how much more spiritual can you get, honestly? So, thanks for listening. Go out there and be glorious.